I think if you're an educator, you're working too hard if you're afraid to open up ChatGPT. Go ahead, go to Google, that search engine that you're used to, and type in ChatGPT. Now, it's purple and green when you get there, and then go to try ChatGPT. Before you get there, here are some things you can do. You can ask it some questions like, what is ChatGPT? How can ChatGPT enhance my classroom? How can ChatGPT be my personal assistant? How can it enhance student ownership in the classroom? Ask it some broad questions. And then when you're in that same feed, ask it to elaborate on them. So let's practice a little bit and see what that looks like. ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence language model developed by OpenAI, a research organization focused on advancing artificial intelligence in a safe and beneficial manner. The history of ChatGPT can be traced back to the development of the GPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer, family of models. The original ChatGPT or GPT model was released in 2018 by OpenAI and was the first of its kind to use unsupervised learning to generate coherent, natural language text. It was trained on a large data set of internet text, allowing it to generate human-like text in response to prompts. In 2019, OpenAI released a more advanced version of the model GPT-2, which was trained on an even larger database and demonstrated significantly improved performance in generating coherent and contextually appropriate text. Due to the concerns about the potential misuse of the model to generate fake news, fake news, and other types of disinformation, OpenAI initially only released limited access to the model. However, in June of 2020, OpenAI released a smaller version of ChatGPT 3, which demonstrated even greater improvements in language generation, including the ability to perform a wide range of tasks, such as language transition, question answering, and even writing code. ChatGPT is a version of ChatGPT 3 that has been specifically fine-tuned for chatbot applications, allowing it to generate human-like responses to a wide range of user inputs. Overall, the history of ChatGPT is closely linked to the development of the GPT family of models, which have rapidly advanced the field of natural language processing and paved the way for a wide range of artificial intelligence applications or AI applications in language-based tasks. Look at ChatGPT. This is what you see when you first open up OpenAI. OpenAI.com/blog/ChatGPT. Then when you scroll a little bit, you're going to see try ChatGPT. Go ahead and select that. But before you do, if you want to go and check out the research, you want to read about it, you can do that. Otherwise, I recommend you just go and play. Now, notice that November 30th, 2022 was when this all became open literally to everyone. And what you want to do is just open it up, and this is what you see. Now, I have the plus. So this is the model that you see. The previous model, you can change that model, but if you don't want to pay for it, you're going to see some recommendations here, which is fine. When you want to start a chat, you're basically talking to an artificial intelligence. You can name it if you want, which that's not a bad idea. Maybe I should name it. What you'll do is you'll select new chat. Notice that I have other chats here because I have started new chats. I recommend that you ask it a question, ask it whatever you want. My first question that I would want to ask ChatGPT, Generative Pre-trained Transformer, is, what is ChatGPT? Just ask it, and it'll tell you. It'll tell you exactly what it is. I mean, and I think sometimes we're thinking too hard, and then it names the chat for you, which is nice. Now, if I ask it to elaborate on that, it will elaborate in this chat. But if I want a new chat, I select it. You can get it as creative, as difficult, as simple as you like. If you're an educator or in a business, you can ask it to tell you a little bit about what you do. Or you can get even more creative, in my opinion, and ask it to give me 5 ideas on how to use ChatGPT in to develop my 8th grade, I'm going to put physical science class. Let's see what happens. Sure. Concept review. Use ChatGPT to create an interactive review of key concepts. Okay. And I could have it elaborate on each one of these. Use ChatGPT as a virtual assistant. Yes, sometimes you want to know something. Now, I want to show you something with all of these 5 topics that I asked it. I said, give me 5 ideas. Concept review, virtual lab assistant, homework helper, test prep, research assistant. Now it's pretty broad. So maybe I would like 5 ideas on how to teach a specific content like Newton's laws of motion. Maybe I want to look at understanding speed equals distance over time, not just the formula, but what that looks like. So I could have it elaborate a little bit. But let's see what it says if I ask, I'm going to take this same concept. I'm just going to highlight it, and I'm going to Control-C, copy. And now I'm going to go to my friend Google, and I'm going to ask it the same thing. Let's see what it says. We gave ChatGPT 5 common teaching tasks here. It's now, see, this is the difference with Google and ChatGPT. ChatGPT told me what it recommended for me. Google, I'd have to search all of these different sites. 15 creative and respectful ways to quiet a classroom. Teach actual student writing in an AI world. That's not really what I wanted. It's some great articles. Remember in 1994 and 95 when you got access to Google, for those of you that are around my age? This is what we had to deal with, and it wasn't even this elaborate. But if I'm in ChatGPT, I'm selecting ChatGPT, it's giving me 5 concepts. Now, wait, what if you are a blogger and you know that you blog daily and you're exhausted and you think, I need to blog about this concept and I want to blog around, maybe I want to talk about physical science. Create a blog about Newton's laws of motion for an 8th grade science class. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's not going to be in my voice, but it's going to prompt me to say, oh, that's a great idea. I could either just take this blog and put ChatGPT, help me with this blog, and post it on Blogger or on LinkedIn or on WordPress, wherever you do this. But it's giving me something to put out there. Now, of course, this artificial intelligence is grabbing it from a bunch of different resources, but I would read this and add my own voice to it. But it's literally breaking down something in 60 seconds that probably would have taken me 10 minutes to write out. I'm not saying that I'm not willing to write it out, because I'm going to read it, think about it, and go and grab some other resources. But watch this. Find 3 citations and write this in APA format with the above information. It's going to do that anyway. And I even spelled information wrong. Certainly, it's given me, look at this. The Feynman lectures on physics, physics for scientists. It's given me the fundamentals of physics. It's given me citations that I can let other people go and use as resources. And then I probably will go and check these to make sure they actually exist. But I didn't have to put it in the format. You could put it in MLA, Chicago format, citation, whatever you like, but it's already there. And of course, what I like in this situation, ChatGPT is getting smarter, because it used to want to recite all of this all over again, but now it just gave me the citations. So have fun with that. and you can clear the conversation. I don't want to clear my conversations. What if you're a teacher and you want to, actually, let's stay in that same one. I'm going to say differentiate the above information. I can't even spell above information for 8th graders that read at a grade 6 level. I'm not going to even try to spell that, right? I'm just going to let it go and see what happens. Here's a simplified version of the information. So same content. However, I now can help students at a different reading level access this. You can differentiate however you want, and it will help you through this. Something that you probably would have spent 30 minutes on, it now differentiated a lesson for you. And you could actually, I can say now, write a 1 week lesson on the above information. This is more like 6 weeks because I'm talking about all of Newton's laws, but now it's writing me a lesson. Who knew? Now, I like science. I'm a science teacher by trade, so this is why I'm saying science, but you could do this for reading fluency. You can do it for mathematical concepts. You could do it for writing. You can do it for narrative, informational text. Day 2, first law of motion. Day 3, second law. Now I would say make this more like 4 or 5 weeks because this is, you could do an overview of these at the beginning and then actually blow them out over the next 3 weeks. Now I could say, create a 1 week lesson for Newton's first law and do the same for the other 2 laws of motion. Let's see if it can actually do that. Day 1, introduction. Day 2, inertia. See, now it's giving you some key concepts. It's giving you language of the discipline. It's now saying day 3, real world examples. It's giving you some real world examples. You could even say, can you elaborate on real world examples? Can you create a phenomena around Newton's first law of motion? Can you create a lab for all of the above? Now it's doing it for the second law. So it actually is doing it. And now I can say, create a lab experiment for each law as a culminating or capstone activity. I'm not going to even try to spell that right. Here's the lab. Who knew? And if you're not a science teacher by trade, who says you can't experiment and become scientists with your students? You are a scientist when you start to experiment. The day you were born and the day you start walking around, you are exploring the world. We're all scientists. We're all thinking about concepts. We're all experimenting daily. While ChatGPT is a fairly new tool or resource or strategy that you can use as an educator, it's not going away. Just like Google didn't go away, your cell phone didn't go away, the calculator didn't go away, and all the other technology that you kind of forgot was something that you probably said in the past, like, oh, we shouldn't have this, we should ban it. Generative pre-trained transformer is here to stay. So let's work with it. Let's learn with it. Let's use it as a tool and let it help us create creativity, imagination, and be innovative in what we're doing. And as a personal assistant, I must say, if you want to create a quick blog or learn something new or have it explain it to you at a grade level that is more appropriate for your students, it can do that for you. So start playing today. Thank you so much for joining me on my channel. Make sure that you turn on the bell, subscribe, and comment below and tell me how you're using ChatGPT.